what'd you end up doing there?
Hold on, I'll show you in a second.
Everybody,
How are you?
best of the week.
We're back,
It's February the 21st.
and it's cold.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jump right in.
Yeah.
All right. Out of so first one, we got a 5F6A custom tweed basement head for $950 out of Alford.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, tweed basement head. Hand thing was hand built. You know what I mean? Hand wired.
Yeah.
No PCB in there. For $950.
There's a
Seems
lot of
pretty
that going
up to
around.
me.
There's
You
a lot
know,
of
clone stuff is cool.
Clone stuff is really cool.
And this one seemed really high quality, looked really nice. So if you're in the market for that kind of thing,
Yeah.
perfect.
A good tip with if you're buying clone amps on Craigslist, if there's pictures of the circuits and there's detailed pictures of everything, that's a solid sign that it was put together properly and they know what they were doing. So if you're gonna worry about that stuff, just ask to look at that stuff. If it looks clean, it's probably clean.
And a lot of that stuff, if you look very closely, you can see some indications, generally some kind of branding or something that can a lot of times give you an indication if it was a kit, where the kit came from, so you can do some additional research that way.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt.
like
Or
Mojo Tone stuff is always labeled, so look for that kind of stuff.
yeah,
so.
Mojo Tone stuff's got a decent reputation, I think. But overall, just shut up and play.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a 73 Martin D35 for $1,600 out of Cape Cod. It comes with a hard shell case. It looked like it was just set up. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful price for a 70s Martin. I don't know if there's a reputation thing with 70s Martins. I can't assume there is. I assume they're all good.
It's like anything, right? So people think 70s American guitars in general, people don't think very highly of,
Sure.
So 70s aren't going to command the same prices that, some earlier ones will, but yeah, I'm sure it's all good. So,
Yeah, come on. So, way to go, Cape Cod.
there you go. Next one out of Vernon, Connecticut. Marshall JCM 900 100-watt head for $800.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this one's the 4100 model high gain dual reverb. So it's got two channels, a clean channel, a dirty channel, independent reverb for both. I have this amp. It's awesome, switchable down to 50 watts.
Yeah,
Little tip with these, the drive channel is too much in a lot of cases. Keep it on the clean channel. The clean channel still gets plenty of gain out of it. So just ride that master volume in the gain knob. You know what I mean? Figure out what works and just keep it there. So
yeah. Heck yeah. That's awesome. We've got a weird one here. Out of Nashua, New Hampshire, there's a 1984 D25 Guild mahogany dread. The guy wants $350 for it. It's got a hard shell case. That seems like a hell of a price. I don't know what the setup is on it, but those D25s are solid wood guitars. You know what? I don't know about the sides and back. I think they are, but I know the tops are solid.
yeah, that model I would have to do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
I recall off of that one. I believe it's solid mahogany.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you. So guilds are new guilds kind of separately, but older original guilds made in the U.S. are fantastic guitars.
Yeah, this one's made in the U.S.
They tended to be kind of a regional sort of thing where you see a lot of them in the northeast area of the country, just
Because they
based
were
on
made out of Rhode Island, right?
you know what I mean? They're made in Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey. So you see a lot of them up here, but you don't see a lot of them in other parts of the country. But they're fantastic guitars. I've got a couple of American-made guilds from a couple of different factories, and they're all fantastic. So
even the overseas guild stuff's, budget guitars, pretty good.
yeah, for what it is, it's not bad.
Yeah. So $350, great price. I think most of them are going for $600 to $800 on Reverb or eBay or anything like that. So
yeah, there you go. Next one First one I've ever seen on Craigslist, a 2019 PRS Silver Sky.
Oh yeah, this is so stupid.
Well, I would so. It's a PRS Stratocaster,
Oh,
right?
I'm sure it's
so,
great.
I mean, that's what it is. So I picked this. I'm a Stratocaster guy. I think for $1,650, this sits in a really cool price point. Where if you're shopping for a Fender in that price point, it tends to be one of the more modern ones. You know what I mean? The sculpted heel cutaway and all that kind of stuff. Whereas these Silver Skies, aside from a couple of modern touches, they've really got vintage voiced pickups. They've got a more traditional neck joint and everything like that. Yeah. So I think it sits in a really great price point if you're looking for a Strat as a cool alternative. So
yeah, I mean that's the John Mayer one, and it's the PRS has got a great reputation, and so does John Mayer. So it's a great.
The older I get, the more I like PRS. So
sure, yeah, that makes sense. I hate the headstock. If the headstock was different, that's a maker or breaker for me. I don't know why.
I can get around the headstock. I think what turned me off for a long time was the super flamey finishes and these crazy colors and stuff. That's just not my. But this is a little different. So
yeah, this is nicer. All right, out of Johnson, Rhode Island, there is a Flint Strymon for $175. That's it. Great price. I've been looking at that pedal. I'm considering getting it. Great price.
Yeah, that's a great price. I have one. Everyone should buy it.
Yeah, of course. I'm on the way.
Last one for me. So this one was Watertown, Connecticut. So a Fender Blues Junior 3 Special Edition for $450. Now this one basically had green covering, a wheat grill, and an Eminence Cannabis Rex speaker.
Yeah.
So it was hard to tell from the pictures if the speaker was added after the fact or if this came from the factory that way. They did make if it came from the factory, this was likely a Fender Humboldt Hot Rod Blues Junior, which is really cool. Basically a Hot Rod Blues Junior. If it was added after the fact, still it's special edition coloring with an upgraded speaker. So for $450, either way, it's a good price. Just do your homework and find out what it was, if somebody played with it or if it came from the factory that way.
Yeah. Great, Blues Juniors, great reputation. And an upgraded speaker and a good amp already is wonderful. Last one I have, this is another clone amp. We were talking about these earlier. There's a Blackface Bassman clone, 460 out of Attleboro. So similar to what you had, but this is the full amp thing. I think it had a 12-inch speaker in it, handmade cab, hand-wired point-to-point, 460. That's awesome. I took a swing on a Marshall clone a couple weeks ago, that Pine Box, and I fucking love it, man. It's so nice. Love it. So yeah, take a chance on a clone amp. It's so worth it, and they look so much cooler. Is that it? That all we have for Best of the Weeks?
That's what we got for Best of the Weeks.
Best of the Weeks. That was good. All right, so there's two more. There's kind of like two more segments. There's the Worst of the Week, and there's a special mention for a guy out in New Hampshire. He posted a picture of his Harmony Bobcat. It says, to the wonderful person who robbed me a couple of years ago, I just want to reach out. I hope you are in a better place and you have not succumbed to your demons. I am able to move on and only think of you a few times a week. In fact, I would like to make an offer to you. You were in such a hurry when you left with my guitars, you forgot to put them in their cases. I still have the case, but no longer have a use for them. I would like to give them back to you, and it would be reassuring knowing that they were reunited with their former occupants. So, please, if you see this ad, send me your name, address, phone number, and we can make arrangements to meet. Thanks, and God bless. If this guy gets a hold of that motherfucker who took his Bobcat, he's gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's having guitars stolen sucks, and it's the kind of thing that I can tell you from experience. You think about that person that stole your guitars, it eats away at you. So
yeah. What a clever ad to maybe trick the bonehead who took the guitars. I like that.
I hope it works out for him.
Yeah, me too.
What's the week?
What's the week?
This week, that this always bugs the hell out of me when I see it. Out of West Hartford, Connecticut, an Analog Man, King of Tone, with the 4-jack option for a whopping $950 fucking dollars.
Oh, what a asshole.
What is wrong with you? So this is the kind of thing where, one, if somebody pays $950 for that, you have taken advantage of somebody, so you should feel like a shithead for that.
No one's gonna buy that for $950.
I hope nobody buys that for $950. But this is the kind of thing that is going to continue to, just drive up the market for this pedal and keep it out of musicians' hands who are actually going to use the thing. If somebody goes and spends $950 on an overdrive pedal, they're not going to put it on the floor and step on it. You know what I mean? So what are you doing? I don't know. I just don't like it. I get everybody wants to sell stuff, make some money on it. We do the same thing, but there's ethics that go along with that. So.
Yeah, and it's just you're artificially inflating the market where it doesn't need to be. Let the big corporations do that. We as normal citizens don't have to be assholes.
Yeah, I agree. And if you're in West Hartford, you probably got enough money anyway, so don't worry about it.
All right, pedal corner.
So new pedal this week for the pedal corner. Love pedal. I don't know if that's coming across well.
Yeah,
a Love pedal, Kanji Eternity overdrive pedal. So cool thing. So this Love pedal made a Eternity overdrive, which generally it was like a full frequency overdrive with a high cut for your tone knob. This one, because of that big low end, was made a little differently, where it has basically a glass knob on it, which adds treble back into the circuit. These are cool pedals. Now, I wanted to highlight this one really specifically just to help educate people. So you see these jacks on here. There are lots of different versions of these. Some were PCB based, some were hand wired. As long as it sounds good, that shouldn't really matter. But if you are shopping for them and that matters, a cool indication. Whereas you see this one, basically the nut is a squared off nut, and part of the jack is sticking out past the nut. That's going to indicate hand wired. If you see one where the nut's a little bit rounded and it's flat against the side, that's going to generally indicate a PCB one. So if you're shopping for these, it's a cool pedal in the used market. They're generally not a lot of money, but just to kind of help people know what they're looking for. So pedal corner this week.
All right, that was really, really good. I think that's pretty much it for the show. This week there's interviews in the past that we've done. You should see them. And then there's a couple we have in the future on the schedule. So if anyone out there, let's acknowledge that we've taken a step up in views recently. Now we're in the 100+ club.
Yep.
So, over 100 subscribers, typically now over 100 views. So, hey, look at us, motherfucker. So, that's wonderful. If you have any ideas for local companies, doesn't have to be local, it could be anywhere, the whole world. Small companies, with people building interesting stuff. Send us some suggestions. And if you're one of those companies and you want to do an interview with us, get in line, buddy, because there's a lot of them. So, and that's it. That's all I got.
Just reach out. We'll probably get it on the schedule soon.
All right. You good?
I'm good. Thank you, Craigslist.
Thank you, Craigslist.
Yeah. If somebody pays $950 for that, you have taken advantage of somebody, so you should.